Hey guys, we're going to be in Galatians chapter 5. Galatians chapter 5, verse 26 says this: Let us not become conceited, provoking and envying each other. Folks, today I want to talk about, and not because of any particular thing that's happened in my own life, I just want to talk about celebrating for each other. I want to talk about why can't we be happy when God is blessing people? Why can't we be happy when God has done amazing things for people? It just seems like, man, well, where's mine? Why aren't I getting mine? But trust me, you're being blessed more than you could ever measure. I promise you that. But we ought to be a situation where we're celebrating one another and celebrating what's happening to one another. You know, there's a story of Joseph. In the beginning of Joseph, the story of Joseph, he is given a special coat from his father. They're actually, we call it the coat of many colors in Christianity, but there's actually no definition for the word that is actually used for that coat. We just know that it's very, very special coat. And so that, traditionally we say it's a coat of many colors. So he's given this coat and his brothers become very, very envious of him. Now, Joseph has a little bit of problem with conceit. Okay, so when we're looking at this verse, let us not become conceited. He has a little, that's just a tinge of it. The father's kind of like, hey, man, I don't know about these dreams you're having about being over us and us bowing down to you. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, the brothers were kind of like, nah, I'm not so sure. His daddy being Jacob, the promises were given to from God. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Why can't we celebrate? We get conceited or we get envious of someone because of something they've been given or something that's happened for them that's very, very good. We don't ever look at how hard they've had to work to get there, or even if they didn't have to work hard, that God had somehow blessed them in a beautiful way, and we all celebrate with them. I promise you this: you are more likely to be, to be blessed if you are blessing others, helping others, loving others, and celebrating with others through what they're going through. I mean, I get fired up, man, when God has done some amazing things for people, has made a way where there seems to be no way, as we sing. And, and when we look at the word, we say, is anything impossible with God? And all of a sudden, God does it for that person. And somehow deep inside, we have some sort of resentment. Like, God, why? Why can't I have some of that? Or why couldn't that have been me? Well, it certainly can be you, but man, if that envious heart's there and that destructive and crushing heart, we ought to be celebrating with one another. We ought to be fired up, high-fiving, shouting glory when God does something for people. And I hear stories all the time of what God is doing for our people in our church, and I'm just going to be excited. He has done plenty for me that I can be excited for other people. And plus, look, if all he ever did, listen to me, church, if all he ever did was die for us on the cross, as if that's not humongous, if all he ever did was die on the cross, that would be enough for us to give him praise and to celebrate with other people who get saved and changed and transformed. Not just the materialistic stuff that's just easy to see, but we ought to celebrate with others. Don't be conceited, about what God has done for you. Don't be provoking one another to envy. Don't be, hey, look what all I got. But listen, when God has blessed you, tell somebody God has blessed you. And then if you're on the other side of that and you're listening to how God has blessed them, give God glory and be excited. Love you guys. Love you guys so much. Bye-bye.